You talk about your sister
Oh,
on the show.
Yeah. She's just not as accessible as the way it used to be. But I literally just talked to her yesterday.
Okay.
All is well.
Period.
Period.
What is the status of your family unit today?
I mean, number one, we are still a family. I'm not saying that it's easy. Co-parenting, it has its rough patches.
We have a lot to dive into. Buckle up, everybody. Tia Mowry, my next act. Unfiltered, unscripted, and unafraid.
I've been in the public eye since I was 14 years old. There is a whole another side of me. This is also me.
Your life seems very peaceful, and it seems like you enjoy your life.
I do.
So I want to know why. Why open yourself up and share such a raw, vulnerable side of yourself on reality TV?
You know, I feel like fame without purpose is dangerous. My goal is to use my platform to inspire, to, you know, allow people to feel that they are just not alone. And during my transition, you know, in my life recently, I felt alone, and I didn't see a lot of representation. I didn't see people really being raw, being unfiltered. We hear a lot about, you know, people's lives, meaning transitions in the beginning, and then you end up seeing them with someone and they're happy and they're married again, or they're in a relationship.
We skipped the whole middle part.
What happened between A and Z? Can somebody help me out? So I just wanted to, you know, help and inspire and let people know that you got this and you're not alone. So that's why.
Well, it's very selfless, that answer, that you're sort of quasi doing this for others. But what did you get out of doing this?
It was like a therapy session for me. The hardest moments is, and definitely were, during the interviews, you know, sitting in that chair in that lime green dress. It was a nice release to be able to express myself, and not only that, to be able to see my growth.
Do you almost feel like a different person today than the woman who filmed those confessional interviews?
Definitely. I feel like I am constantly growing, evolving, learning more about myself, my triggers, my traumas, why I behave the way that I behave. I just feel more at peace and just really calm and just not afraid.
What is maybe that number one thing that you have learned about yourself in putting all these really difficult topics out there for public consumption?
Knowing that I had some sort of responsibility and role in my own pain and suffering.
What was that role?
Oh my God. Again, learning about my triggers, learning about my traumas, understanding even my family dynamic, really working on the inner child.
Healing her?
Healing her. And it has unpacked a lot.
I think when you announced that you were doing this show, a lot of people were so excited. A lot of those people, because they watched you and your sister do a reality series not that long ago.
I know.
Alrighty then. Okay, two ways to do that on Sister Sister. Alrighty then. We're such dorks.
What was the number one lesson or takeaway in doing that first series that you applied?
With my sister?
That reality show. What did you learn doing that? That you said, I am not gonna make that same mistake on this new show.
I mean, to be honest with you, I think I am more vulnerable and open and honest with this show.
You really don't hold anything back. Were there any limitations or any topics that you said, I will not go here?
Yes, number one, my son. He, you know, I had a conversation with him and he was like, Mommy, I just don't want to be in front of the cameras. And I was like, okay, baby, that's fine. I want to support you. And for me as a mother, it's very important for me to listen to my children and understand that they have a voice.
He's 13, so
he's
definitely
13.
I know, you're the mother of a teenager. Let that sink in. He is certainly capable of giving you those, you know, intelligent choices for himself. But I am curious because we know he is a star on your TikTok.
Yes, I know.
So what was it that he didn't want to?
I think it's the topic. You know what I mean?
It's his parents.
It's exactly. It's a heavy topic.
We do get all the cutie Cairo moments.
Yes.
What a little star and a little ham
she is. She is.
But I'm curious if Cory had anything to say about this show.
Listen, the kids and her would not even be able to be on the show if he didn't sign off.
Of course. So. Wonderful. So you, of course, you talk about your transition. And I like that you use that word. Do you not use the word, the D word?
I think it's so loaded. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With such negativity. It has such a stigma.
So you're rebranding it.
I am.
I like it. Let's go with it.
Okay.
So, you know, you're 2 years into this transition.
Yes.
And I have to tell you, I was there at the BET Awards. You were there.
Yes.
Cory's there with your son, Cree.
Yes.
And when I spoke to the two of them, the vibes were 100.
Everything is fine. Everyone loves everybody. You know what I'm saying? We're one big happy family. We're still a family. Everything is great.
What is the status of your family unit today?
We are still a family. And that's what I want to say.
What does that look like? Are you still doing family dinners together, holidays?
We're going to Disneyland together.
The four of you?
Yes, for Halloween. Like, I'm not saying that it's easy because again, I want to be transparent and I want to be honest. Co-parenting, it has its rough patches, but I think that we are doing a great job.
How are your kids doing with all of this?
Cree, it was a little difficult for him at first, but he is thriving. He's in therapy, and you know, mental health is so important to me and my family. So he's doing well. He's doing great in school. He is in sports. He's just a great kid. And then Cairo, she's thriving. She's so wonderful. She's so mindful and aware of just my feelings and just at such a young age.
So another topic that really set the internet on fire,
Oh
Tia.
God, what?
You talk about your sister on the show.
Yeah.
It's times like this when I feel and wish that my sister and I were still close and I could, you know, pick up the phone and call her. But that's just not where we are right now.
You clarify that, you know, we live in different cities, we've got kids, we've got life.
Yeah.
But a lot of people online are like, but wait, you could still pick up the phone.
Yeah.
So clarify what you meant by that.
What I mean by that is access. She is a mother. Her children need her. She is also a wife. Her husband needs her. So she's just not as accessible as things or the way it used to be. So I'm comparing it to what it used to be. But I literally just talked to her yesterday.
Okay.
So
for anybody who is squirming that we want our girls together and thinks that there might be, you know, some sort of a divide.
No.
All is good with your womb-mate?
I'm gonna say what my cousin says.
Yeah.
All is well.
Period.
Period. Yeah.
Okay, so you spoke with her yesterday.
Yes.
You know, I'm hoping that we see her on the show.
I don't know. I don't know.
Is the invitation out? Would you love her to come film with you?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
She's in a different place in her life. She wants to do her thing, and I'm doing my thing. It's the same thing even with my brother. You know, we were doing movies together, 17 again. I think the reason why people tend to go there is because our careers started together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But just like any sibling, like everybody goes off to do their own thing, and you want them to. You want them to be individuals and to fly solo. So there's nothing, you know, harmful in any of that.
A big through line, at least in the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
Your dating life.
Hey!
Cue the sound effect. Your reactions on these little mini dates that you go on the show are simply everything.
Do you think you have time Friday night to go on a date?
It's hunting season, child. Let me tell you.
Everything is just new.
Oh, he's cute.
Where are you at with dating today?
I'm focusing on being in solitude. And
So not dating at all.
I mean, that could change.
I imagine the DMs are flooded. I'm sure there's some people we know in there. You're a hot commodity.
Oh my God, I'm surprised.
Are you?
I'm like, okay, but you know what?
By some of the names that are trickling in?
Yeah, but you know.
Want to give us a
No, not at all. That is one thing I have learned. I'm just gonna keep, once things, you know, start to happen, I think I'm gonna try to keep it as private as possible.
What are your non-negotiables in a partner moving forward?
You know what? You have to be working on yourself, meaning your growth, understanding your traumas, your triggers.
So we want a man in therapy.
A man in therapy. You're emotionally intelligent. You know, you understand why you are behaving the way that you behave. You're just mindful.
I know you love a tattoo also. Is that your weakness?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it is my weakness. I don't know why.
Because they're sexy.
Yeah, I guess so.
You like a little bad boy
Yeah,
with
I like a little edge.
With a little edge.
Yeah.
I also love the party that your friends throw you.
Oh,
How nice
God.
is that?
Yeah.
That healing party.
I know.
And the spiritual medium
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
there with you.
yeah.
She was able to detect that there might be more children
I
in your
know,
future. And I love
know.
that. So is that something that you're open to doing, expanding your family?
It has been a conversation that I had with both of my kids. And they were
the
like,
answer?
no, Mom, no.
They're like, I already compete with enough at home.
They're like, no, Mom, no. And I'm like, all right.
But it's your choice ultimately.
I know. You know, I think it really just depends on the person, you know, and where I am in my life. But right now, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You know?
But you're leaving the door open.
I am.
If the possibilities all align.
Children and babies and all of that.
Oh, if you could mother all of us, we'd be a happier, more well-adjusted society. I can tell you that. Listen, I'm so happy to have you in front of me because I like going straight to the source, right? There's a lot of chatter online. And I think 2 years after your transition, there's still a little bit of confusion. There's people who hurl accusations. She got bored of being a wife. She got sick of being a wife. Yeah, I love that you roll your eyes. Can you kind of clear the air on that about why that transition had to happen?
I mean, I have evolved and I have grown and I am working on myself. And I want my thoughts and my behaviors to align. And I would never do something that was just something that I didn't think about or I haven't thought about for a very long time. I love being a wife. I loved that family unit.
And you hope to be a wife again someday?
I would love to be a wife again.
Yeah.
I love everything that comes with it. But I'm at a place in my life where, again, I understand what I need. So I'll just say that.
It goes back, I'm sure it goes back to all of those things, emotional intelligence and working on yourself, evolving to a higher power.
And that is okay.
Yeah. It's okay for two people to be at an impasse.
Yes, it's okay. We all grow.
Right.
We all evolve.
We still go to Disneyland together.
It's all good.
I'm ready to share my story. I'm so excited about my future now.
I am ready for my next act.
Did you enjoy doing this enough to do a season 2?
I did. As long as whatever it is that I'm doing is purposeful, I will take the time to do.
While I love having you on my screen as a reality star, you know I love seeing you on my screen as an actress. Whether it's a sitcom, whether it's a drama. How do we get you back on a show like The Game one day?
Yeah, you know, I think the coolest thing is, God, I just want to say thank you to you and, you know, the community and my audience that they want to see me there still. And I do too. So let's just say it'll be sooner rather than later.
Could that be Twitch's 3? No! Because you posted a whole slew of photos
You know, my daughter
yesterday.
saw it for the first time, Twitch's, and she absolutely loved it.
Well, duh, she's like us.
Yeah,
we see it, we recognize excellence. So that's why we want the 3rd.
No, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Okay.
But I will say, and I will manifest right here that you will see me in some sort of show.
Okay, you better come back here first.
Of course.
So we can talk about it.
Of course.